Hi, this is Cheryl for Bears Pampered Stampers. I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of a wrap up on this folio series. For those of you who've been with me through it all, sorry it's taken so long to get them done. Lots and lots of technical difficulties and other things going on behind the scenes. But at least finally the videos should all be available to you. One for creating the folio and the other for decorating it. So hopefully those will be helpful as you work on your own folios. I just wanted to give everyone a quick look at how everything turned out, and the kind of a comparison between the folios too. It's a little bit hard sometimes to decide which one did I really want for my project, and sometimes seeing them will help you make that decision. Remember, they will be on display at Bears Pampered Stampers, so you can go and look at them and see how the folios differ and which one might meet your needs the best. So we're going to start with Folio 1, kind of the most straightforward or simplest. I don't think any of them are really that simple, but it's the most straightforward of them. There's not a lot of extra add-ons and that sort of thing. It's pockets. This is how I finished it, kind of as a wedding album. It doesn't have lots of extra pages inside. It's got pockets to hold everything. And so you can see lots of different stuff going on here. So it would make, again, a cute wedding album. The main wedding album, of course not, none of these are going to do a main anything album, but they're cute memory albums to have around, to decorate and to have fun with. This one I covered with just a plain cardstock, and I used a Stamperia paper to add things to it to bring it out. Remember, you can always use your ribbons. You can always use your regular embellishments that you have on these things. You have stamps and dies and all sorts of fun things that you can use in conjunction with the folios. So that's Folio 1, primarily pockets. Folio 2 goes a whole different direction. Folio 2 is primarily pages. And so Folio 2 is here. You'll notice these are all kind of plain. This is how I do them for gifting. I assume the person receiving it will add their pictures. So this is prime for a cover picture of baby boy and that sort of thing. You can add all sorts of things to these albums. Most of them I didn't use all of the cut apart shapes in the paper kits or anything else. This is, I believe, an Echo Park paper, but lots of fun baby boy type papers throughout here. Lots of pages to decorate. There's pockets. We open from both sides. I'm going to show you from left to right because it's too hard to, with the camera view that I have, it's too hard to show you the full folio at once. Got a cute little pocket in here, the slash pocket on this side over here. We go into waterfalls in the center. Way fun. Lots and lots of space for pictures in this album. Pockets on this side, again, the slash pocket. It sort of matches the other, so you can kind of see, I'm going to keep moving this from side to side so don't get seasick on me. You can see that I kind of used the same papers to keep things similar so it didn't get too out of control. I will point out, when you use really busy papers like this one in these little folios especially, sometimes you need to use a cardstock shape behind your picture to make it stand out. Otherwise your photo might blend into the busyness of the paper. But there's many techniques that you can use to get that done. Here I made use of a lot of the cut aparts in decorating. The baby milestones was one of those. This book kind of finishes with this accordion pocket at the side, which is, you know, just super large for holding lots of photos, memories, what have you. So this is a great little folio. Lots of fun things to do, and of course babies are probably one of the best reasons to create a folio. Folio 3 is all pages. Folio 3 is super easy to cover with your pattern paper and that sort of thing. It's a tall, skinny one. I love this fun, crafty paper that Melissa had in. Here is the front cover. I'm gonna go, there's my spine with Create and a couple of little nomies, and Meet Me at the Crop for the back. It has two sides. Each has a series of different things. The first side is a waterfall type thing, and you've got, you know, your pages go back, lots and lots of room to fill in. Got the center spine there, and the other side, there's a lift up tab, and then two series of pages. So there's 3 pages on this side. We flip to the other side, and there's another 3 pages. So there's a lot of decorating space. You'll notice there's not a single pocket in this particular folio. You could certainly add them. There's many, many places that they could be added without a problem. That's your decision, but that's how it's designed. That's folio 3. What a fun folio. Folio number 4 takes us back to more of a balance of things, and it has sort of this giant fold-out sheet that you can see here that starts. This one you may have seen in the shop before. Believe the paper is called Dog Lover. It's by Photoplay. Lots and lots of fun. This one I have more decorated up than any of the others. Lots of stickers, lots of cut apart pages, lots of added tags with stickers, that sort of thing. I'm going to just note here on the front, this front pocket is made by using one of the bigger cut aparts and just gluing it down on 3 sides. So that's one way to make a pocket. Here's the pull apart page. Again, I can't show you all at once, unfortunately, but we'll get through it. Slash pocket on the side, too fun. Little pocket on this. We had a full page here that became a pocket page. As I flip it over, we've got kind of the reverse, small pocket, slash pocket, another full page that became a pocket page. Or you can just leave it as a full page. It depends on what you're decorating and what you're trying to accomplish. Excuse me as I try and get this folded back up so we can proceed through the book. In the center, it's got this cute little flap over a set of pockets. Excuse me, over a pocket. I thought it had 2. But a nice big area that you can use for other things. So many things you get out of the stickers that are included with these packages. So that's why I think getting the 12 by 12 paper packs are just a great way to deal with the folios and covering them, decorating them, and everything else. And for the most part, you're going to have leftovers. This one in particular, you could. Its size is just easier to cut things 6 by 6, 6.5 by 6.5. You just get more out of the page than some of the taller ones. Here we have just a full blank page you can do whatever with. On the other side, we've got dueling pockets here. Way fun. The nice part about the Photoplay folios is you don't have to install any of this stuff you don't like. If you don't want the 2 pockets in, don't put them in. It's all good. There's no wrong way to folio. And then here's our back cover. Again, we've got a little side pocket here that can hold more tags and photos, memorabilia, all sorts of things. You decide how you fill that pocket. Here's sort of the part that flips over and meets with the other to make a cover. They added on this strip of paper so you could slide a tag or something underneath. Up to you whether you want to do that sort of thing, but that's certainly an option in any of the folios where you have the space. Get yourself a tall, skinny strip of paper and you have something that will hold things in place. With this folio, I learned about using these silky, they're not silky, they're satin ribbons. Because they're so short, if I leave them too much longer, they're just hanging all over the place. They work themselves out really, really quickly. So don't put your ribbon in like I did, putting the loop through and then putting the two ends through the loop. Actually tie it on and hope that it'll stay that way. I would also say that if you're going to use this kind of method where you use more or less the tags with holes and ribbon, people will pull by the ribbon, and over time that's going to create stress on your paper. So I suggest you use reinforcements at the top. I didn't for any of these, but you may want to consider that to give your book more durability. There are a number of different die sets that have reinforcements with them that you can easily cut. There is a punch. I believe We Are Memory Keepers has a punch that makes reinforcements specifically. You can cut out of the papers that coordinate with your paper collection, or you can cut them out of white and use your markers to color them. There are so many choices. You can also go to the dollar store or something like that and get the reinforcements the kids use on their paper. Put those at the top and color those with your Sharpies, and it all blends in. It does the same function. Your work is a little bit more protected and less subject to rips, especially if you think kids are going to get their hands on these things. You have to kind of think about those things a bit. Now, all of these came, most of them came. I think 3 didn't come with any magnets. Most of them came with magnets to keep them closed. It was a set. You put one on each side underneath the paper. I originally did that with this folio, but what happens is when you get 2 or 3 layers of paper and cardstock together, it's hard for the magnets to make contact and do their job and keep the book closed. So I went to using the little Velcro dots, and it does a much better job if the tag doesn't get in the way. Let me just fold that back a little bit. Of keeping the book closed. This is what those look like. Melissa has these in the store, and there's 56, so you'll have enough for folios for quite some time in the future. I use them kind of liberally throughout all of the folios to keep the flaps shut and everything else. Again, I just think it's one of those little things that if you make them open a flap that has even just a little Velcro closure, they'll remember to close it and they won't keep it open. They won't do one of these things that over time is going to create wear and tear on your book. See how that goes? That's not a happy result and is not going to do well for your lovely handmade item. So think about those things in advance. People are people. They don't mean bad things, but stuff happens. Try and prevent the stuff is my attitude. So I do put a lot of closures on, and I'll probably go back and Velcro that pocket closed just to make a point. So that's folio 4. A lot of pockets and pages there. I love this fold out page. If you had something where you had a bigger piece or you had a lot of pictures that you wanted to get in, you have a lot of territory to cover in that. So that is perfect. Last but by no means least is folio 5. Folio 5 is a different kind. It sort of gatefolds in the front. It's got a belly band that holds it closed, and a fun assortment of pockets and everything else. You can see for this paper collection, this is the one that if you signed up for the Shop Hop, you got this paper collection. I think Melissa also has it available for sale, but it's perfect vacation. Their recommendation is that you attach the belly band to this. I did it using Velcro because I want to be able to take it off. I like my options. What can I say? I also didn't want it to get ripped off accidentally. So you just have your two little Velcro pieces on the back, but that was less bothersome to me than the thought of tacking the belly band down. Opens this way, just way cute paper. Lots and lots of the cut-aparts and other ephemera to use. There's a pocket on this page that goes the full length of the page. This one has the cute little slash side pocket. Just a blank page. Again, this is that pretty busy paper where when you're putting things on it, you just have to see how it sits. Will it sit on the top and call attention to your photo, or will it blend in? If it starts to blend in, grab some cardstock and cut a shape to put behind it. Doesn't matter the shape, a circle, a square, a shield, a star, anything that you can put behind that photo. It's going to lift it off the page. You have your cool background paper here still, but your photo is now the thing we focus in on, because that's what we want to see at the end of the day. More cool paper, stickers from the sticker set. This is the center part here. It's got a cute sideways waterfall that runs through. Above the waterfall, another pocket. And then the pages we had in the front just kind of repeat. So I did use similar paper. You don't have to. That's just what I chose to do. We've got our little side pocket here. In the back, we've got our full length of the, or height of the cardstock pocket. And then at the very, very end, we have this cute little lift up that has a couple of different pockets. So lots of fun and usable space in this mini album. That is Folio 5. Again, the sky's the limit. You have so many choices of papers and other things to use with these folios. So just have at it, have fun with it. Again, stop in the shop. You'll be able to see all of the folios there on display. And I hope you get inspired to make one. You just need to take the time to do it. They're not that difficult. They take a minute. Both sides of it do. Putting together the naked folio, just taking the pieces of cardstock they give you and building the folio up, and then decorating it. Each side takes a minute, but it is well worth it because you get this wonderful, wonderful result. Last thing I'll mention is if you do use the magnet sets and you decide you want more magnets to use, for example, closing flaps and that sort of thing, Melissa has those two from Basic Gray. Each of these is an individual magnet, but you can put them together and make a set. And so you can continue to use that method for closing doors and that sort of thing in your folio. You do what makes you happy. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.